And welcome back once again to Let's Play Silent Hill 4, The Room, and it's probably going to be one of the last times you actually do come back for this, because we, believe it or not, are rapidly approaching the end of the game. We've just got one more world to escort Eileen through before we actually get to the final area, so man, sometimes these games just feel like they go by so quick when I dedicate a good amount of time to them. But that's neither here nor there. Now this world coming up is probably, definitely got the most complicated quest to get Eileen through it, but it also has a very, very famous glitch that's very popular to use in 10-star runs of the game that also make it a lot easier, and we'll cover that as we get through it. Now, for the sake of showing off the level properly, I'm not going to be doing the glitch in this recording. I'll do the level properly, get through it, we'll do everything there is to do in the building world revisit and after, and then once I conclude the video normally, I'll splice in a clip of me showing off the glitch. I've actually never personally performed it. All of my 10-star runs have been done without the building world glitch, so this will be a new experience for me as well. Not that I'm going to really do anything with it. Anyways, as soon as we enter building world second time, the game wastes no time and gets right down to brass tacks, immediately bringing Ghost Richard out to hassle us, so we've got to deal with him right away. I'm not going to waste any time, I'm just going to point the gun at him and bust a cap in his ass, and then we can just pin him like so. And we've cleared some space in our inventory. How nice. Now, that taken care of, let's take a look at this book that you might have noticed when we first popped in here. This will give us the puzzle for this area. It's a diary. Not a red one. Maybe it's Tendwich Blood, but who knows. I want to go back to that time. Things were so good then. The day of my birthday. The cute cat in the pet store. All those balls in the basket. Playing pool was fun too. The door of time was wide open. When I see four things, I can't help but remember that time. So, these reminiscences are actually critical for getting Eileen through Building World, as we will come to a point where we have to go down a ladder to get forward right now, and Eileen will not actually be able to proceed with us. So, you may remember this elevator that has the 3 levels it can go to. We're going to start by going to the bottom level. And once again, as I was saying, if you remember that from the last time we were here...
Remember this place. It looks a lot like downtown Ashfield.
You may remember that the ladder leading down took us to the rest of the area and got us to the bar, but Eileen cannot climb down ladders. Oh, hey. No, not what I meant to do. Pretend I didn't do that. Okay, so as I was saying, Eileen cannot climb ladders, so we actually can't get her to the bar area, and by extension, we actually cannot get her to the end of Building World at the moment. We need to find an alternative route. There's some Hummers, and in this alleyway here, Holy Candle. Very nice. Now, this alleyway, it is actually not possible to leave Eileen in this room. No matter where you enter the elevator doors from, she'll be too close to you. Now, this really doesn't seem like it matters too much, but it's actually really important to know that, and it's really important to know that there is a way to actually get Eileen stuck in this alleyway. And that helps with the glitch that I mentioned earlier, but we're not going to be doing that right now. We're going to be doing things the intended way. So we just have to ditch Eileen for a little bit, just for a few screens. This detour that we have to make is honestly pretty annoying, but it is what we got to do. Okay, so I believe there is a nutrition drink somewhere in this room, if you need a top-off. At least I think there is. Whatever, it doesn't matter too much. So let's go here. There are some white stools occupying the hallway here, so we just want to hack our way through. Honestly, if you don't mind just like using a nutrition drink to heal it off, you could also just blow right through these things, since that also kills them. But hey, looks like there's something at the end of the hall here. What's a cue ball doing here anyway? Didn't that diary mention a game of billiards? Let's hang on to this, it may come in handy. So, you probably already figured this. As the diary said, there are 4 items to collect, and we need to get all 4 of them, and we actually need to return them to the relevant areas. Hey, wait a second.
I'm going to see my mom. Stay out of my way. Who are you, anyway?
My name's Walter. Walter Sullivan. It's time to complete the 21 sacraments.
But that's my name. And what are the 21 sacraments?
Don't worry. You'll know soon enough. Well, let's go and see Mother.
Let me go, that hurts.
Damn.
And in case you weren't able to piece it together from the clues at this point, yes, that is the first official confirmation we get that the man in the coat is indeed Walter Sullivan. An older Walter Sullivan, although not as old as you'd expect based on the time frame of his killings. But yes, he has grabbed the young Walter Sullivan for the purpose of the 21 sacraments. What could it all mean? There's a couple items to grab here. First off, there's a weird place for a volleyball game. Take the volleyball? Yes, a volleyball. This is another one of the key items that we need to collect. You may have remembered that the diary mentioned a basket of balls. Very easy to miss here is a Saints medallion. This is, I believe, the second to last Saints medallion in the game. We get one more in the final area, though at that point, if you've already pinned all of the new victims, that doesn't help that much. Oh, I hate this area. Yes, there are a bunch of Hector Salamanca ghosts running around here, or wheeling around, I suppose, and this just absolutely shreds your health. For whatever reason, the Saints Medallion does affect the ghost wheelchairs, but it doesn't actually seem to slow them down at all. Over here, we've got another holy candle, so we'll just take that for the time being. Thankfully, I believe there is a nutrition drink on the way through here. Let me equip another Saints Medallion, the one we just got, since the other one we had shattered. And I think there is a nutrition drink in this alleyway. If there isn't, I believe there's another one later on. Okay, I'm just misremembering. I'm sorry. Building World, a lot of the areas look pretty samey. Now, the reason we need to come here to the bar is so that we can drop off the billiard ball. Now, at this point, we actually can't go much further without Henry stopping us after a point because, well, of course, we're going to the end of the area and we don't have Eileen. However, one thing to check out here, there's a memo here. The boss said we had to change our phone number because of all the complaints about the weird noises. Now we have to change the store sign on the roof. What a pain. By the way, the number is the last 4 digits of the new phone number. Not too smart, if you ask me. So, this is jumping ahead a little bit. Once again, the door with the keypad lock has a code that we need to punch in, and it's a new code as opposed to what we put in last time, which was 3750. We don't know this new code yet, and we have to find some way to get it. Apparently, the billboard for the Ashfield Bar is in the process of being updated, but I don't know if it actually has been. Last time I looked out there, it still looked the same. Wonder if there's some way we could get the number. Alright, hopefully we can get through this party room without getting knocked on our rear end. That's one of those situations where Henry's weird hairpin turning when the camera angle switches really makes it easy to take a bunch of damage you didn't mean to. I think I've briefly touched on this, but whenever the camera switches and you're trying to turn, for whatever reason, Henry's turns become super wide, and it actually makes it really difficult to make turns into stuff like stairwells, like in that situation. Here we've got another ghost victim coming in, but we do not have any more Swords of Obedience, so he will be spared. There is one more Sword of Obedience in the game, but it's in the final area, and it's not terribly useful there, honestly, so I don't really pay much mind to it. I believe we go up this ladder to get reconnect with Eileen. I always forget. Yes, here she is. Now that we've done everything we needed to, we dropped off the item that we needed to, and we've got the key item that we need to progress further. At this point, we go up to the top floor. if you did not take down Richard previously, he would appear on the sill of the top floor in order to hassle you, but we've already pinned him down below, and actually kind of amusingly, you can actually hear his death gurgles from up here. Kind of funny. Richard is actually kind of unique compared to the other victim ghosts. We've seen Jasper, and if you watch the no silver bullet fight of Andrew, we've seen that if they take hits, they'll occasionally kite away from Henry and actually do like a temporary retreat, but they will quickly come back to keep up the offensive. Richard is the one twin victim ghost that if you deal a certain amount of damage to him without actually knocking him down for a pin, he will actually completely flee the area. There we go. I like to use the handgun here to take out these sniffer dogs, because the awkward camera angle makes it a little difficult to fight them. Remember, there's no problem with throwaway nutrition drinks. Just grab them, top yourself off, it's all good there. That's the last moment I'm going to use the handgun. Now, I'm actually going to let you know there is an extensive detour we can take to get some items, but I really wouldn't recommend taking it because most of the items are really bad. But I will point it out when we actually get to that point. In particular, one of the items you can get is a golf club, which, you know, we've got the best weapon in the game. Two of the best weapons in the game, so there's really no use for golf clubs anymore. Though golf clubs do serve a specific purpose in this game, depending on a sort of bonus run you do. Alright, so we've got a basket of balls here, and we got a volleyball, so let's just drop that off here. Alright, let's see, new golf club here, but I'm not going to take any golf clubs at this point. They would just immediately get chucked into the basket. Over here, cake candles here? That's weird. Well, let's take them. So yes, now we've got candles for a birthday cake. How sweet. Maybe we could find a cake to put them on. Heading over this way, we got another holy candle here. Jeez, we got so many of these. Yeah, holy candles, the game is actually super generous with these. There are, I believe, 14 holy candles in the game altogether. And to be honest, like in a really optimized run, I think the bare minimum number of times you have to return to the apartment is 6. So you really never have to worry about running out of holy candles. Alright, I'm just gonna stomp these tremors just so, in case Eileen accidentally runs over them. Oh, whoops. I always forget on this floor, you can't just cross over immediately like that. You do have to take the long way around. Again, I have reiterated this several times, but don't concern yourself if Eileen is standing near a victim ghost. They pay her no mind, and the AoE damage that they can potentially deal to her is fake. It just fades away with time. Come on, Eileen. Getting a little stuck there? Oh, Eileen, wait, whoa. Yeah, sometimes Eileen's AI gets a little confused. I think in that case, oh hey, it's this guy. Well, we're just gonna pay him no mind. Put the cake candles on the birthday cake, and let's grab this kitty cat here. It's a stuffed animal. Take the stuffed cat? Yeah. Alright, so actually, this is the last item we needed, because the birthday candles, that was the third thing that we just dropped off. So we're already close to solving this little detour. Now remember how I said there was an optional trip we could take in order to get some additional items? That was the trip that we could have taken right there. If we went through the other door entering that apartment, there's just an extensive detour you can take where you can get like a nutrition drink, a holy candle, I think there might be bullets, but also at the absolute end of it there's a golf club, which just is not that useful. Eileen, if you could really hurry up, because while I have no concern about the passive damage these guys deal to me, the grabs actually are a little threatening. Eileen, where are you? Oh, never mind. That guy just got taken out by the Saints Medallion. There we go. Alright, that should be the last we have to deal with victim ghosts in this area. Eileen, come with me? Yes, you did. The camera does not always have Eileen in view, so it can be pretty easy to lose track of her and be like, did I leave her behind? Always make sure to double check the map if you're not sure on that. Alright, heading down this way, we've got one more item to drop off, which is the stuffed cat. You know, it's good enough for the purposes of this weird magical fetch quest that we're on. Alright, heading through this way. Come on, Eileen. At this moment, Eileen, you mean everything to me, so we gotta go. Alright, you actually want to move a little quickly heading into this area, because once again, we're going to have victim ghosts pop in, but there's a couple items we can grab. First order of business, pistol bullets right here. I'll load those into the handgun to get them out of the inventory. Let's,
Are you okay?
don't hit me with the Buster Wolf, Eileen. And come on, Henry, put the cat in the cage. Yes, there we go. I can hear the sound of a clock from somewhere. Now that we've gotten that done, let's head this way. And Eileen, jeez. I probably could have gone through the door while she was positioned there, but I'm always paranoid about if Eileen will actually come through with me. I wanted to wait until we were actually here to load the pistol so that I didn't get harassed by the ghosts when we were just trying to get out of the pet store. Man, look at all those holy candles. So many. Okay, but yeah, I hear the clock striking. Heading into this room here, I'd recommend running forward and immediately getting onto the bottom floor because you're going to be harassed by a bunch of Hummers, and it's much easier to fight them down here than it is on the incline. Come on. And remember, these things deal almost no damage to Eileen, so don't be concerned about them hitting her. You don't even need to have her, like, equipped with the chain or anything, though it can allow you to deal with them a lot more quickly if she does have it. Here, I'll stomp this one for you, Eileen. Alrighty. Did not mean to bump her here. Hey! Now that the clock is activated, the door is no longer rusted, and we can just slide on right through it. Nice. So yes, that was the whole purpose of the item fetch quest. If you placed all the items, the door has been rewound in time to when it was pristine, and now we can get through it. This stairwell right here, this is just sort of in a long, extended area where more victim ghosts pour in. And I believe it's this area specifically that if you did not pin Jasper earlier, he would appear here and come to hassle you, and it would be the last time you see him in the game. Or at the very least, the last time you see him in the game, where he could potentially cause problems. I didn't really emphasize this too much, but when being attacked by Jasper, always make sure to have a Saint's Medallion equipped, because he has a really nasty area of effect attack that can absolutely destroy you if you don't have the Saint's Medallion to counter it. You probably saw that there was a nutrition drink there, but we don't want to grab it. Immediately run through this door and just let Eileen catch up to you. Come on, Eileen. There you are. Ooh. That's actually one of the rare times a sniffer dog would actually hit Eileen, and he just did it because he was targeting Henry. But yeah, as long as you just run straight through that area, the gumheads will mostly ignore Eileen. There's quite a bit of a delay in when the gumheads will actually begin to strike, so that makes it easy. You probably saw that there's a nutrition drink in there, but it is way too impractical to try and grab that. You just get absolutely surrounded by gumheads, and there's sniffer dogs in there. Way too much damage potential, and you don't get good healing to counteract it. Alright, now that that's done, let's just go through here. I'm going to ignore those Hummers because they're not really that big of a threat. But something I do want to draw attention to, well, first order of business, want to get this portable medical kit because we're not going to be coming back this way. First thing to draw attention to, of course, is that this is the gate that's on the opposite side of the elevators. Again, I just want to reiterate that in the event that we actually left Eileen there. Ooh, hey. Okay. Eileen's just getting a little confused and running back and forth. Come on, Eileen. You're gonna say that a lot if you're playing this game. Fortunately, she made it through with us. And with that, we're almost at the end of the area. There is one slight thing that might throw you for a loop here. Not in this hallway. One thing to note about the ghostly wheelchairs is that they actually kind of have a bit of a generous hitbox when considering Eileen. They don't usually hit her. In fact, I'm not even sure if she does take damage from them. She just seems to get, like, normal nudging from them. If somebody knows for sure, let me know. I might have screwed this up. You can hear the sounds of gumheads. Normally, they don't get in your way, but on very, very rare occasions, one will drop down in front of Eileen and start attacking her, and you may... Oh, hey. Oh, hey, you stole my holy candle. I forgot that gumheads could do that. Yes, gumheads can steal your items. It's a very weird mechanic of them. But it's not a big deal. As you can see, just bash him over the head repeatedly and then take your item back. Thank you very much. That is my holy candle. Okay, heading into here. Let's just go in. There's another gumhead here, so let's just, again, bash his brain in. Oh, come on. Okay. For gumheads, it's always better to do normal strikes to them because charge strikes just send them flying so far. Man, this one's weirdly aggressive. Never had issues like this with a gumhead. But it's better to do normal strikes because the charge strikes just send them flying so far, and it makes it very difficult and very slow to actually finish them off. Now we're going to take a quick detour back into the apartment because we've got to figure out what that door code is, so just wait here for a moment, Eileen. Also gives us an opportunity to get some items that I need. Alright, so once we're back in the apartment, we have the opportunity to actually solve the door code puzzle, and for the first time in a long while, we have an opportunity to actually use the phone, and this is the only time in the game where you actually need to use the phone for a specific purpose. Remember when we put in the bar number originally, we just got really loud and weird noises, but if we put it in now...
The phone number you are trying to reach is no longer in service. The new number is 555-4890.
Alright, we've got our door code, so 4890. Well, that was easy. And it's convenient, because we actually do need to get some new inventory items real quick. And we are going to be loading up on a specific kind. Oh, first we've got a haunting to deal with. Alright, so let's check all the possible areas it could be in. Hey, TV? What's going on with it? There's like some... let me look in closer. There's like some horrific entity inside of it. Oh god, we gotta exercise this right quick. Just place the holy candle right in front of it and... oh, man. Horrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Alright, well, let's get that out of here. But that's neither here nor there. So let's first check the paper at the door here so I don't forget it. It's a red scrap of paper. So different from the other ones we've gotten up to this point. Continuing from yesterday, I'm going to summarize everything that I've learned about Walter Sullivan so far. Naturally, it was a long way for a kid his age to travel, but he made the trip every week by subway or bus. Unfortunately, someone else was living in this apartment, and so he couldn't be reunited with his mother, room 302. For years, he continued to come here, almost like he was possessed, just to peek into the apartment. Eventually, the tenants began to complain and treat him badly when they saw him hanging around. Walter began to fear the tenants and see them as obstacles preventing him from seeing his mother. As the years passed and Walter matured, he began to be more and more influenced by the teachings of the cult. Furthermore, his obsession with his mother and his feelings of resentment towards the outer world became even deeper. Walter became preoccupied with one particular tract from the cult's Bible, The Descent of the Holy Mother, the 21 Sacraments. By the 21 Sacraments, the Holy Mother shall appear in the countries of the world, and shall bring salvation to the sinful ones. After Walter left Wish House, he moved to Pleasant River, a town neighboring Silent Hill. For a while, he lived the life of a normal student, but he was still filled with bitterness and resentment towards the rest of the world. Several years later, he launched his plan there, the 21 Murders. July 29th. Alright, so, getting more confirmation that the end goal of Walter Sullivan is the 21 Sacraments. Now, we need to do some inventory management here. So, get rid of these holy candles, get rid of the Saints Medallion, because we don't need it. I'm going to store this first aid kit, and what I want is to bring out bullets. We need a lot of bullets. I want a fully loaded handgun, and then we want 48 bullets. With 56 bullets altogether, this is the ideal amount of ammo to have, just in case what the fight we're about to get into does not go ideally, so... just grab 6 packs of bullets there. I'm going to grab a nutrition drink real quick just to top myself off. And I'm also going to grab the chain so that Eileen can contribute to the battle. You want to have one free slot in your inventory. And yeah, this is all the stuff that we need. Just tons and tons of bullets. Because we actually have a honest-to-goodness boss fight coming up. The first real boss fight of the game. I don't really consider the new victims to be boss fights, so this is what I consider to be the first real boss fight of the game that we're about to get into. But it's not something that we get into immediately. First order of business, of course, is that we have to put in the door code. And if you remember the last time we were here, the door went upward to an alternative room 207 where we saw the murder of Richard Braintree. But something has changed since the last time we were here, so first order of business, put in the code 4890. And slide on through the door here, and I'm actually going to equip Eileen with her chain right now. I don't normally preemptively equip Eileen with weapons, but it's going to come in handy to have her equipped with on this stairwell. A wall must have collapsed from above. I think I can make it through. And yes, a portion of the wall collapsed from up above and completed the staircase leading down. So, we are now heading further into the world of Walter Sullivan. On the way down, you are going to have tons and tons of Hummingbirds attacking you. It's a good idea to go onto the platforms, again, because Henry has a bit of a hard time lining up his aim on an incline. Ditto for Eileen, honestly. Ooh, nice. Eileen just managed to send a couple of them flying. If they happen to fall down the center of the stairwell, when they hit the ground, they'll die there. You know, they can't survive such a long fall. So that also can potentially help if you can hit them from over the railing. But in general, I would just recommend being on the platforms. Let me see here. Yeah, get on the platform. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Hopefully that didn't count as a hit towards Eileen, I'm sorry. Let's go down to the next one. I forget.
Going too fast.
I'm sorry, Eileen. I'm not the one who is practically a physical invalid. Nah, that's mean, that's mean. I'm sorry, Eileen. I'm not meaning to go too fast. Eileen does occasionally have those comments she makes where she points out, Henry, I've barely got functioning legs here. Please slow down. And those come out at complete random. I don't think it's tied to any amount of damage she's taken. She just happens to be in position to belt out a quote. But yeah, this stairwell, long, pretty slow, got a lot of hummers, but it's not terribly threatening. And remember, these things are just not that much of a threat to Eileen, so don't be worried if she gets nibbled on them every once in a while. And why is this one stuck on the ground? There we go. Alright, bunch of those just hit the pavement below, so nice splat sound lets me know that they are just completely dead now. Heading to the basement here.
Please, don't leave me alone.
I don't intend to, Eileen. Oh, you're getting awfully clingy in this episode. Alright, now... Oh, actually, wait, these things are still alive. Hey! How dare you? Okay, now they're taken care of. Eileen, you want to whack that one? It's a bit of a hard time actually hitting these ones on the ground. Now we want to unequip the chain from Eileen. Down here, by the order door, we have a portable medical kit. You can leave this here, but I personally like to grab it because it can potentially come in handy, because beyond this door, we have the first boss fight of Silent Hill 4, The Room. Alright, so first boss fight of Silent Hill 4 The Room. This is The One Truth, and you may be noticing, hey, these guys look a lot like wallmen. Well, functionally they pretty much are wallmen, but there's a gimmick to this. Eileen, move, you're gonna get slapped if you stay there. Okay, so this guy is not the one we're looking for. So, the name, One Truth, that sounds kind of weird, huh? And it does actually have a specific meaning relating to the fight. As you can see, you whack these guys, give them 3 whacks, and they just behave like a normal wallman does. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm getting a little lost in my explanation here. But there is something to note here about these guys. Don't worry if Eileen's getting nudged. Alright, so I want to stand in this corner right here and just line up the shot like this. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we've got the fight on lock. When you hit the truth, all the enemies start flinching like they're taking damage. And as you can see, the piercing effect of the handgun can be used to hit multiple truths if you are positioned properly. Now, if you happen to be positioned right in front of the One Truth, you can actually get Eileen to contribute to this fight and actually clear it really quickly. But assuming you can't get assistance from Eileen, you can instead, use 56 bullets. Ooh, hey. Oh no, whoops. Losing bullets here. Fortunately, I got this one figured out. Okay. Come on. Hopefully I didn't miss enough shots that this won't finish him off. If it fails to. Yes, okay, just barely, because I planted a couple shots into a false one. That was exactly the amount of ammo I needed to win there. Alright, let's use our first aid kit. Now, if you're having trouble finding them, it actually is not the end of the world if you just go one by one, whacking them with the axe, because when you're directly in front of the One Truth, you can have Eileen equip her chain or her submachine gun, and working together with her, you can absolutely destroy this boss. I believe if you go to the door on the opposite end of the chamber and check it before killing the One Truth, you get like a little riddle that tells you how the fight's supposed to work, but that, of course, adds a ton of risk to Eileen, so I didn't want to go that way. Eileen, it's pretty hard to complete this fight without Eileen taking a little bit of damage. The only way you can reasonably pull that off is if the one truth just happens to be right next to the door, which, excuse me, of course, is not a guarantee, though it is very nice when that happens, because of, obviously, you can start stunning it, have Eileen equip the chain.
Scared.
You're fine, Eileen. And just absolutely tear through the thing. Yeah, if you don't have Eileen contributing on the offense, and we're not going to return to the apartment this time, if you don't have Eileen... Or, I'm sorry, if you have Eileen contributing on the offense, she can actually help stun the One Truth long enough that it'll never rise back up, and you can just take it out without it ever having to do another cycle of going up and down. Hey, we've made it to the bottom. But, what the heck? We made it to the bottom, but this is the start. Huh? Something's not right here. There's a diary on the ground. I had that weird dream today. The one with the man with the long hair and coat. He was crying and looking for his mother again. I saw that man with the coat 10 years ago at this apartment. He was going up the stairs carrying a heavy tool, an old-looking bowl, and a bag that was dripping blood. I never saw him again after that, but a few days later, the neighbors complained that they heard strange noises coming from the supposedly empty room 302. So I took a look around room 302 and found signs that someone had been in there, but nothing odd other than that. But that's when it all started. I still hear strange noises coming from the window of room 302. Sunderland. Another superintendent's diary. This one going over the man with the coat. Eileen, you've used that one before. Please, come up with new material.
This must be what hell is like.
Hell is like a downtown residential apartment. But yes, we have made it to room 302, but it's not the room 302 we know. For starters, obviously, it's in the bottom of Walter Sullivan's world. But beyond that, it's in grayscale, and that is a lot of holy candles. You know, Yankee Candle was not exactly confident when they launched their anti-ghost holy candles, but they seem to be making a killing on whoever is buying all these. What are these on the table? There's an old picture book and a red book here. There once was a baby and a mother who were connected by a magical cord, but one day the cord was cut, and the mother went to sleep. The baby was left all alone. But the baby made lots of friends at Wish House, and everyone was nice to him. The baby was happy. His friends told him how to wake up his mother, so the baby went right away to go and wake her up, but the mother wouldn't wake up. No matter how he tried, she wouldn't wake up. Because the one that he was trying to wake up was actually the devil, the baby had been deceived. Poor baby. The baby cried and cried and cried. When he thought of the mother, he remembered the feeling of being connected to her through the magical cord. Just then, a ray of light came down from the sky. The light was very warm and made the baby feel good. When the baby looked into his hand, he saw that the magical cord was lying there. With the cord clutched in his hand, the baby went happily to sleep. Weird, weird fairy tale. Crimson Tome. She who is called the Holy Mother be not holy one whit. The descent of the Holy Mother is naught but the descent of the devil. Those that be called the 21 Sacraments are not sacramental one whit. The 21 Sacraments be naught but the 21 heresies. To give birth to a realm of wickedness within the blessed realm of our Lord be blasphemy and the work of the devil. If thou would stop the descent of the devil, you must bury part of the conjurer's mother's flesh within the conjurer's true body. Thou must also pierce the conjurer's flesh with the 8 spears of void, darkness, gloom, despair, temptation, source, watchfulness, and chaos. Do so, and the conjurer's unholy flesh will become that which once it was, by the grace of our Lord. So it looks like even within the Silent Hill Order, the 21 Sacraments was considered something of an extremist practice, and not one that was recognized by every member of the church. How could have Walter learned about such a radical practice, though, if it wasn't fully supported? Hey. The gate to hell. Why must I destroy this wall? That's weird. What could that possibly mean? Well, let's head into the bedroom here. Inside the bedroom of room 302 of... not exactly sure when this is, now that I think about it. It's a piece of red paper. What's with this room? It's covered in blood and rust. This is my room. But what the hell has happened to it? This room. Is it really my room? It's in terrible shape. The air is so heavy. My head hurts. Creepy. It looks like a face. What the hell am I writing? August 2nd, Joseph. So, that's familiar. That's from the dream at the start of the game. Hey, wait a second. When the bell rings, Eileen equals mother's body, blood. August 4th, Joseph. What about this one? I can't break down the wall. August 3rd, Joseph. Joseph seems to have really been losing it. The Crimson Tome. Bury part of the Conjurer's mother's flesh within the true body of the Conjurer. Part of the flesh equal Super's room? August 5th, Joseph. What could that possibly mean? Now, I know it looks like you can take the holy candle on this bed here, but unfortunately you cannot. Henry's not about to steal another man's unlit holy candles. What kind of barbarian do you think he is? Alright, well, there's nothing else to grab in the bedroom, but you do need to grab those journal pieces. Heading back into the living room.
It's him.
You've done well to make it this far. Let me tell you something about him, Walter Sullivan. When he was a little boy, he began to believe that my apartment was actually his birth mother. He decided to free her from the stains and corruption of this world. At the orphanage, he learned of the 21 sacraments, the only way to purify her. He then performed the ceremony of the Holy Assumption and created this twisted world. Now, he's become nothing more than an inhuman killing machine. Well, he's dead now, but he's still trying to complete the 21 sacraments. His boyhood desire to return to the bosom of his birth has divided him. Now his child self has manifested itself in this world, and soon he's planning to finish his work, the 21 sacraments. Number 20, the Mother Reborn, Eileen Galvin. Number 21, the Receiver of Wisdom, Henry Townsend. Even now, it may not be too late. Follow the Crimson Tome. Stop him. If not, wherever you run, he will catch you. Find him. His true location. It must be nearby. You must kill him. You must kill him. Kill. 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 Hurry. She's being taken over. She's number 20. The mother who was born. The Crimson Tome. Obey the Crimson Tome. Kill him. Must kill him. Kill. Kill. Kill.
So, after that lengthy monologue from the ghost of Joseph, we have confirmed that Eileen and Henry are the last of the 21 sacraments. Pretty obvious from Eileen since she's got 20 out of 21 carved onto her back, but now Henry is explicitly tied to this. Joseph was the giver of wisdom, and we are actually working to complete the sacraments by acting the receiver of his wisdom. But perhaps there's a way we can subvert the sacraments even at this point. There's a pickaxe stuck in the wall. Take the pickaxe? You got the Pickaxe of Hope. Hope is written on the handle. Doesn't look like I can use it as a weapon. And indeed, the Pickaxe of Hope is actually a key item. It is to be used at a specific location. I am so sorry. I'm trying to explain the game here, and then my stomach is just like, nope, you gotta have something going on here. But that's neither here nor there. Let's enter the hole and return to room 302 of the present. So we've got our directive from Joseph. We need to find a way to kill Walter Sullivan, and the Crimson Tome gave us a hint. If we can combine his true body with the flesh of his mother, or at least something that can act as it, we can make him vulnerable, and if we can find the spears that relate to the tenets of the 21 Sacraments, we can pierce the Conjurer and weaken Walter Sullivan. Whoa, hey. Let's see here. We got another wall ghost, so I'm just gonna head out into the apartment. This is actually a good opportunity to show off how this guy appears in multiple rooms, if he is a haunting that you got. And yes, we have gotten a duplicate haunting. It happens sometimes. So let's, hey, did you guys hear something? I mean, aside from the loud blaring static, we're going to store the gun because I'm not going to use it. We're going to store the chain because I'm definitely not going to use that. Let's take out a holy candle here. And let's get this guy out of the apartment. We gotta defend this home. But yes, that is where we will be leaving the game. When we come back, it's actually time for the end game. There's a journal piece over there. I could have sworn I heard something. And we've got a pickaxe on the wall over there. Well, we'll just have to address that next time. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye. Alrighty, before we wrap this video up, I just wanted to demonstrate the Eileen building world glitch. Now, we're back in that alleyway that I drew attention to earlier, the one with the elevators. Remember how I said you're not really supposed to be able to abandon Eileen here, because she'll always be within a certain distance of Henry that allows her to go through door transitions. Now, there is a bit of an exploit you can do involving Eileen stumbling and the kind of effects that has on her ability to travel with Henry. Basically, just barrel into Eileen to stumble her, send her back a little bit, and when you go into the elevator, the combination of the distance between Henry and the stumble animation will prevent her from going through the door with Henry, thus abandoning her in that alleyway, when normally that's not possible. Now, why is that significant? Well, if you remember, on the other side of that alleyway, there is a screen transition to the next area that does not involve going through a door, and that's significant. I'm just gonna barrel through these white stools to get through them much more quickly, because my health does not matter what's coming up. Now, the downside of performing this glitch does mean that since Eileen is technically left on a screen with enemies, she does take a little damage, but as long as you've been protecting her well up to this point, it's not gonna matter too much. But heading this way, and of course the Walter cutscene will activate since this is our first time through this area. just head to over here, and you'll notice, hey, there's Eileen. She's still on the other side of the fence. Now, if we go to the next screen through here, and we just head over and wait a little bit. Hey, it's Eileen! How'd she get through the fence? Well, this is because a quirk of the game's programming. Now, in areas where there's a screen transition, but it's not separated by a door, the previous area remains loaded. However, the collision detection for all objects is disabled. Now, one perk of this that they programmed for is that if you run through an area with a doorless screen transition, and Eileen wasn't with you when the transition kicked in, since she's not technically being blocked by anything and the previous area is still loaded, she will continue to follow you and catch up with you so you don't lose track of her, which is a nice little thing since in some of these areas there are a lot of enemies crowded around the transitions. Because the collision detection of the map that was previously loaded has been disabled, that fence that separates the elevators from the area we were just in is no longer an obstacle, and Eileen is able to just run through it, and now we have her on path to the bar area, and we've completely skipped the Reminiscence side quest. We don't need to actually go through that rigmarole to get Eileen around the ladders, so this is a glitch that saves a ton of time and makes the building world a lot easier and a lot safer, and because of that, it's extremely popular for 10-star runs. You can use it if you want to, but the 10.2 star run I've completed, I did not use this glitch, because I feel like it's kind of cheesy, and it's obviously not intended, and you have enough time to beat the game completely normally. But yeah, if you want to skip the puzzle for this world, you can just do that to get Eileen through. All she'll take is like, what, 100 points of damage, which, as long as you're protecting her from the rest of the game, there are ways to heal that off and not have to deal with the penalties of that at all. And honestly, I'm not even sure if she does take damage, since it's such a weird, uncommon situation in how you can leave Eileen behind. But yeah, that's the Eileen building world glitch. Use it if you want to, but I'm not going to. As always, hope you enjoyed watching. Hope to see you next time.